Hey, today we're going to talk with my sister, Nako and Mbelle from Fintech Recruiters. And we're going to also discuss how you can get a job working in cryptocurrency, in the industry, the whole ecosystem, baby. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? Your guy Crypto Chuck here with the group Crypto Black, and I'm here with a very special guest. I listened to her talk on Clubhouse, and I said I have to invite her onto the show. She is very much needed in this space, and to see a sister doing it, it made me even smile even more. And I said, I have to get on the show. So I was like, not gonna get you the show. I know I'm known, you guys know me. On Saturdays, Sundays, I'm chilling. I'm only relaxing. But she said, listen, I'm available on Saturday. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make myself available. I have to get on the show. Guys, this is the interview you guys pretty much all been waiting for. Because everyone's not a trader. Everyone's not a full-time investor. Some people say, listen, I just want to work in the industry. How can I find a job in the industry? It seems cool. I got my sister all the way from Toronto. Tell Drake I said what's up.
And the weekend.
Yeah, and the weekend. It just dropped this NFT.
Yeah.
Nako Mbelle from Fintech Recruiters. How you doing, Nako?
Hi, Crypto Black. Oh my God, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. And I think often people just think that there are two types of people, right? They're traders and speculators, and obviously the developers. There are those people. But I don't think people realize that there are a lot of other people who are in the ecosystem who may not necessarily be technical. And that's because the ecosystem has matured and it's grown to a point where we're actually looking for people that are marketing, people who are business developers or salespeople, people who are analysts. So there are all kinds of people who are not necessarily coding, who are now working in the ecosystem. And as a recruiter, I get the joy of, I call myself a fairy godmother because when I call people and tell them, hey, I think you'd be a really good fit for a particular client, they're like, what? You mean I can work in this industry? So it's super, super exciting. And what's even, I guess, really fulfilling is knowing that there are people whose lives will completely change. Mm-hmm. Like if you work for certain companies, your life will change. It will never be the same, because you're a part of this movement. And in some companies, not all, but some will pay you in Bitcoin, right? So, you get the best of both worlds. You're learning, you're contributing, and you're earning Bitcoin. Like it doesn't get better than that. So yeah. I'm really, really stoked about, just being a part of that.
That's good. And we'll put that on a t-shirt. Pay me in Bitcoin. Yeah. And people don't understand that, now I go over that in my course, in my beginner's course too. And I tell people, hey, look, people think, okay, only way you can get Bitcoin or crypto, whatever, you have to buy it. Like, no, you can actually work for it. You can mow somebody, somebody's in the Bitcoin, in the crypto, you can mow their lawn and say, hey, pay me in Bitcoin. I was trying to get my tenants to pay me in Bitcoin, but they just couldn't figure it out. Like, I would be up so much right now. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Nako. What got you into cryptocurrency? How do you hear about it? Around what time you think you got into crypto?
Complete fluke. It's 2016. For those who've been in the space or have heard about the history, there was a guy named Mike Hearn. He was actually a core Bitcoin developer. I mean, he was an important person in the ecosystem, and he rage quit. He had submitted a proposal to Bitcoin because that's how things get changed, and people talk about certain things that they want to see. And he put forth what we call a BIP, Bitcoin, I don't even know what it stands for, something proposal. I should look it up. Anyways, It was a proposal. People rejected it. They didn't agree with it, and he was angry. He didn't like the way Bitcoin was going, um, and he quit. He quit the team, and he went and worked for another company called, at the time, what was the name of the company? R3. If anyone's familiar with R3, he
Mhm.
went and worked for R3. Anyways, so around that time, I had another client who came to me, or because I'm in fintech, so I was doing mostly fintech work, but I kept hearing about this Bitcoin and crypto, and but I didn't know much about it. I had heard what everybody else had heard: drug dealers, bad people, Silk
Mhm.
Road, that kind of stuff. And this guy was like, "Would you accept Bitcoin?" And I'm the kind of person, like, I love going above and beyond. I'm the extra mile person. So I was like, "Oh, okay, sure, I'll do it for you, but uh, can you tell me, like, how am I supposed to accept it? Can I convert it?" Because that was important to me. I was like, "Can I convert it to USD?" And he said, "Of
Mhm.
course you can." So I got the wallet, downloaded it, did the whole bit, converted all of it, which I regret to this day.
Yeah,
Um,
we all do.
I know, right? All do. We all have that story.
Yep.
So I converted everything, and lo and behold, it caught my like it got me wanting to learn more, because I had to set it up, and then I had heard about the whole rage quit thing, and so that piqued my curiosity, because there was so much drama. And this
Mhm.
was I had just started, um what do you call it, Twitter. I wasn't on Twitter very long, so but there were like all these people tweeting about this stuff, so it was really exciting, and I was learning so much, and that's really how I got into Bitcoin. I just fell down the rabbit hole after that. I was like, there might be an opportunity here. I
Mhm.
might let me look into this space, and maybe I can continue to accept Bitcoin. And in fact, I started accepting other tokens too. I accepted Litecoin, Ethereum. I did not. I was like, yeah, I'm not discriminating.
Yeah.
I'll accept it all. And started working with these startups that would pay me in Bitcoin or Ethereum, or even Litecoin. I never got any Litecoin payments, but I got a lot of Ethereum payments, and I
Mhm.
got Bitcoin payments. Funny thing is, I didn't learn my lesson with the Ethereum. I was getting Ethereum at $11 when it was
Mhm.
$11, and
Yep.
I sold it at 100, because I didn't think it would go above that. I was like, oh my god, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I did 10x. I
Yeah.
10x my money. I thought I was like super brilliant, and of course Ethereum just kept going up, and I was just like, wow, what
Yeah.
did I do? But whatever. It is what it is. I learned, and I decided, okay, I'm going to continue in this space, and started working, and I continued now to work with other startups. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. And I think, like you said, we all had those stories. I'm thinking about Chipotle that I bought with Bitcoin. I'm like
Oh
that.
my,
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, that burrito is like that's like a $700 burrito right now.
yeah, I have a friend who bought his Trezor wallet with Bitcoin, and he's like, his Trezor wallet is worth more than the Bitcoin he stores on it.
Hmm.
It's like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, people don't understand. Like, when we used to buy Bitcoin, we used to buy like point, point like 20% worth of Bitcoin, like literally like $100,
Yeah.
or $40. Really, I remember buying like 20-30% Bitcoin, like 40-50 bucks. And it's just crazy now where people just don't understand it. They're like, I'm like, well, to buy 1% of Bitcoin, 0.01% of Bitcoin is $600 now.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? They're like, yeah. So sometimes you gotta look at the old transactions, and it upsets you a little bit too that you spent some of it. But
It's okay, because then you learn, right? And then
mhm,
you're like, oh my gosh, okay, now I just have to accumulate. That's
mhm,
it.
yep,
So it's, for me, it's like, I think we paid the price. Like, I
mhm,
call it the Bitcoin God. Like,
yep.
you gotta give some you gotta
Sacrifice.
tithe. Yeah, you gotta sacrifice. Yeah, make some sacrifice, man. So it is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were the sacrificial lambs, guys. So if you guys want to know, that's who we were, but we kept enough to be happy right now. So
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. We are so lucky.
yes, yes,
I
it's
think
like I kind of compare it to like the gold rush. You know, we was there. We were the pioneers of the gold rush. you know, we were the pioneers of, new people understand a new industry has been created, new money has been created. So just imagine, when they was just coming up with the dollar, right? And just imagine when people start saying, "Hey, listen, we're gonna start accepting gold as a world currency," thousands of years ago, and you're a part of that now.
Isn't that
So
incredible?
yeah, and like you're not the generation that happened that was it happened, afterwards, or 2 or 3 generations afterwards. You're in that generation of it being created.
Yeah.
So it's like I just have to get in, and then just try it. So it just it's great, and I'm so happy to see people that look like me that's actually excited and doing it as well. It was tough getting people like me into it. So, and I've been beating the horn, beating the horn. So the same people I told buying like 2, 3 thousand, they buying at 40, 50,000 now, but at least they're getting in.
At least, hey, get in now. And here's the thing, everything is relative, because
Mhm.
people that are going to get in now, people, when it's 100,000,
Mhm.
people are not going to believe that you got in before 100,000. And I
Yep.
tell people that, I'm like, listen, man, because I got in around, it was like, it fell and then it went back up a bit and it was like at 1,000. And
Yep. That's
I
what
will
happened.
never forget
Mhm.
thinking, oh my God, I'm so late. I
Mhm.
remember thinking how late I felt at 1,000 and
Yep.
thinking like 1,000 was so much. I was
Yep.
thinking, oh my God, I know people who got into 250, and I've been
Mhm.
speaking to people who got in, like much like at 100 or whatever, these developers that I was interviewing, and thinking, oh man, 1,000, I'm just so late.
Mhm.
Imagine.
Yep. Same. You and I got the same story. I got around the end of 2016, and that it was right around 1,000. And then I was like, oh man, it's 1,000. Then I was yeah, and I did stock stuff like that. So I'm like 1,000. So it's gonna have a hard rejection. You know what I mean? So I was like, but I'm gonna keep doing it. And I had different friends. And I was doing mortgages at the time too. So I had friends that bankers and everything like that, and they were like, man, you gotta leave that stuff alone. But then it kept
Yeah,
going, it kept going, it kept running. 2017 was ridiculous.
everyone thought I was crazy,
Mhm.
but I've done crazy things.
Yep.
I have a reputation of being a little crazy. I'm a risk. I have very high tolerance for risk.
Mhm.
So, but people are like, "Oh, Nako, like this is not a good idea." Da da da. And I did cash out when it sort of hit 10,000, right? So
Mhm.
again, I was one of those people. It's like, you cash out, and I'm African, so we're all about like land. Get just some
Mhm.
land, some real estate. So I did
Mhm.
cash out, got some land, got some real estate, but I regret it now. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, I shouldn't have cashed out, but
That
it's
land is
okay. Huh?
that land's really expensive now.
You know what I'm saying? Really expensive. But that's okay. I now, it's like you kind of have to go through some of these processes.
Mhm.
But if you can learn from us, right? Do not cash out your Bitcoin, like
Yeah.
all of it,
Mhm.
and just earn the fiat and try and, because you have to live in a fiat world, right? So you
Yes. Yeah.
still have to have some of that. But as much as you can, the name of the game is the accumulating as much as you can. It's a game of accumulation of Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah, and it's so great you bring that up because you see a lot of people they get into a lot of these coins. We all what we call them shit coins. They get into these coins, and I'm seeing people like, hey, I have this, and they're named like 8 or 9 coins, and not one of the coins is Bitcoin, and I'm just like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, or should I say 10 times out of 10, we will hit a bear market, and those coins you hold them will lose 90 to 95% of value, if not disappear. So devs
It's
will just get right up and walk away. Like, the project is done, it's over, we had our fun, we out of here. And I'm just like, I don't understand. So I'm glad you did mention that. Your Bitcoin, don't sell your Bitcoin.
no.
If you're gonna use, I use the altcoins as a leverage in regards to percentages to get more satoshis.
Yeah.
So if I trade it, if I can move those altcoins to do a 10x, I'm selling it right back into Bitcoin and I'm getting my Bitcoin out
But
of
it's tricky. It's very
it.
tricky because what you have to do is when you're trading, you have to trade in Satoshis. If
Exactly.
you are trading in dollars, you're doing it wrong.
Yep.
Gotta measure everything in Satoshi.
Satoshis.
You gotta
Sats
start
to
thinking
sats.
in Satoshi. Yeah, you got to.
Mhm.
You have to start that, because if you don't, you're just lying to yourself, you know?
And it's good. I think because you got in pretty much around the same time I got in.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. So, and you remember when you had to buy, or if you were trading and you on different exchanges, it wasn't really stable coins like that. It was
No, we didn't
Satoshis.
have stable. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, man, I I wish there were stable coins, because I would not have done so many, like I wouldn't have sold in the same way, like my Bitcoin. And also what's interesting is if there were lending, remember there were
Yeah.
lending platforms back
Yeah.
in the day, like
Yeah.
lending where you can borrow against
Yeah. With
for
DeFi
Bitcoin.
and everything. Yep.
Because if I had that, I would have borrowed against, bought my land, right, and just paid back.
Yep.
Mind you, you also have to look at the LTV, because if you don't, you're gonna get
Wrecked.
liquidated.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, people have it good now. They have
Yeah.
it really good. We have
I keep
such a good
telling.
ecosystem now, right?
I tell people that all the time. Like a lot of new people that's in our group. I tell them a lot. I said, listen, you gotta understand, staking is much easier now. Staking, you had to be a damn near a developer to even stake some coins. you know?
Or even I actually remember when hearing about Ethereum. I heard it because again, I'm talking to developers all the time, and they were talking about this 33-cent ICO. Dude, you had to be a developer to participate in that ICO. You just couldn't. It was so technical, you know? But
People,
anyway.
people just don't understand. It's much easier, even though people are like, oh yeah, I wanted to. I wish I would have been buying back then, but you know, you could have lost. You could have lost a lot too buying back then as well by sending it to the wrong address or trying to do something.
Yeah.
So it's much easier now. And like you said, hindsight is 2020, because the people that bought at $10,000 is geniuses. They 6x their money already. And since what, December? So November, December. So they 10x their money already. So they got pretty much people that bought $10,000 worth of $10,000 Bitcoin at 10 grand. They got in early. If you got to look at it.
This was the first 10 grand.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking the 10 grand. I'm talking about.
Oh no, I know you talking.
Yeah,
I know you
you know
talking
what
about.
I'm talking about. From the
Yeah.
1,000 to the 10,000 run up. I
Yeah.
mean, I couldn't imagine something going up more, because
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Right. That's the thing. Like the information that's available now and how digestible it is. Like if we had Michael Saylor back then,
Oh
dude.
man. Or Elon Musk really talk about it like that?
Like Michael Saylor, literally, I had a paradigm shift with him. He's somebody that I can actually cite as changing my life.
Yeah.
Literally, like listening to him, because when he talked about it as virtual land, and then passing it down and never selling it, because I was that person. I was like, okay, I know when I'm selling my Bitcoin. Like I still had that in my head, right? I haven't hit my number yet. I'm going to sell it at 6 figures. That when it hits that, actually 250,000 was my sell price. That was my sell price. I was going to wait till it hit 250, because that was Draper's prediction, right? So I'm like, that's cool. I'll chill. I'll be patient, and I'm going to sell at that price. Then comes Michael Saylor, this dude, who's like, I'm never selling, ever. I'm like, huh? Like, there's such a thing? I can actually never sell? Like, how does that work? And then how he breaks it down, like, the rich families who own real estate, they don't sell that.
They don't sell. They lease it. They
They
rent
just,
it out.
they rent it out, they lease it, they borrow against it.
Exactly.
And then that just gets passed down from generation to generation. They will that. It just literally like, boom, I just had a shift.
Yep.
And imagine, I've been in the space for a while and I still hadn't gotten to that stage until I heard him speak,
Yeah, but that's the thing, it's good because people like yourself always learning. And that's the thing. If you humble yourself and you say, listen, I'm going to constantly, like I every day I get up and I say I got to study. So even my son, when he's in school, he's doing virtual, home remote school, and I say, look, you're in school, you're learning. I gotta get on the computer. I gotta get on. I'm actually going to school too. So because it's constantly learning, and trying to figure out and pick a little gems from different people, very influential and smart people. And you can learn from a ton of people if you just sit back and just listen. So, like you said, you constantly learn, and then all of a sudden your plans change, and that one little shift can make you a multi millionaire.
Wow.
And which
It changed my lineage. Are you kidding?
yes,
This guy, I'm gonna literally tell my kids and grandkids, like, this is the man that changed everything. Literally. Like just a video, a YouTube video.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. It's we're in a space, and we're in a time that a ton of people wish they were in,
Right?
and we're just that lucky enough. We're
We are.
we're that lucky. Um, so man, we out here in Jersey. I'm out here in Jersey. I might go to a meetup in a few hours, have some fun. It looks sunny where you at. Where you at?
I'm
Where you
in
based out of?
Toronto. I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto.
Drakeland.
Drake.
Listen,
Yeah, I remember I was trying to go to Toronto. We was in Niagara Falls last year, and I had it all planned. I had my brother, my mother with me, my family. We're like, okay, we're gonna go to Toronto. We get to Niagara Falls, and we're hanging out, and I said, yeah, we'll go to Toronto. And then the lady, we in the little shop, and she was like, we were like, yeah, we'll go to we'll probably drive to Toronto, how far is it from here? And she was like, you can't go to Canada. And
you
we're
need a
like,
passport.
huh?
Yeah, you need a passport. Did she
Yeah.
tell you that?
No, we have passports. And she was like, y'all can't get in because you're American. They're not accepting anyone in. It's the
Oh, for
country was shut
COVID.
down.
Was this just the other day?
Nah, this was last summer.
Oh,
This was last summer. We was in Niagara Falls.
wait, what?
Yeah, they was like, we can't go into Canada. The
What?
border was shut down, and then when we were
Oh,
looking,
right, COVID, because of COVID,
COVID,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. We had closed the borders. Yeah,
yeah, they
that's
closed
true. Oh
everything
my
down. We
God,
was
yeah,
all
it's already
excited.
been a year.
Yeah, we was all excited because I travel around. I had my passport since what '09. I travel all around. I was in Senegal last year,
Oh, wow.
and oh yeah. I was in the villages. I was yeah.
How long were you there for?
About 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I'm
wow. Oh,
Mandinka. I got
God.
I traced my lineage back to Mandinka.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah,
Whoa,
yeah,
excuse me.
yeah. So
Oh,
the
do you tell the ladies that? Do you?
you tell them that they get excited. You're like,
Oh my God. Senegal is amazing. It's
I
one of
love
the
it.
countries that, yeah, they're so peaceful and calm and
Mhm.
there's like a sophistication there. Did you
Oh yeah,
notice that?
oh yeah,
They're,
oh
ve-
yeah.
they're very cultured, like very cultured.
How
Like,
everyone carry themselves and
yes,
how everyone get along is just
yes.
beautiful. And like we was with the chief, and I did a little video on my other little YouTube channel I play around with, and I'll sit down with the chief. I went down in the village, like I was in the car hanging out, we clubbed and everything, drunk,
Yeah.
we crazy, and then I went down to the village. I flew down to Casamance, so I was down in the village, South Senegal, close to what Guinea-Bissau,
Yeah.
and we literally, I was with the chief. We was in the village. We was talking. They accepted me, the Mandinka village, and
That's
we
nice.
just yeah. So
It's
it
so,
was
sorry, go.
no. What'd you say?
No, I'm so excited when people go to Africa.
Oh
Just,
yeah. I tell people you gotta go. I'm itching right now. I gotta get back. I gotta get back. So yeah, I'm definitely going back again this summer. I gotta go to. I want to go to Egypt. Looking at Egypt around August, and probably do Senegal again. In the fall. So I'll be
nice.
back there again. Oh yeah, I got to. I like my skin is like we gotta get back. That sun, when that sun hits you, you're like ah.
Uh, and the just the feeling of like, I don't know, there's this like acceptance, like
Oh
a
yeah,
deep feeling that you're a part of a family. Like
oh yeah,
everyone's got your back,
oh yeah.
It's like it's such a beautiful feeling.
Everybody said welcome home. So I get there. Everybody, like, oh welcome home, my brother, welcome home, my brother. I'm like, huh? It's
Wow.
crazy. And then, but
And
if you don't,
the food
oh,
is good.
oh,
They can cook. The
oh,
Senegalese can cook.
they have the best jollof. So let everybody know. Senegalese have the best
Yeah.
jollof.
Jollof and their peanut soup.
Oh yeah, mafe.
Yeah.
Mafe. Yeah, the peanut soup. I love mafe. It's so good. Just
Yeah.
make sure you're not out and far away at when you eat it, because that's all I'm gonna say. Just make sure you're close, to home or close to,
That's
wherever.
very funny. I get that. I get that.
I
Yeah.
love mafe, and
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it's something, and we're going to actually. I'll talk to one of my guys. He still live over there, and he lived in Jersey for a long time, but he's from Senegal, he's from Dakar,
Oh, okay.
and so we're gonna start putting a lot of things together over there for crypto as well in Dakar, Bitcoin conferences and everything like that. And one of my homegirls actually moved over to Dakar and she's in that group. She's from Houston, so she moved over to Dakar. So we're putting everything together, and we're gonna do something really nice over there and keep it going, because over on the continent, they're used to, when we were down in Casamance, we stay in a nice little apartment, and we had to use our phone to pay for the
Yeah.
internet and pay for the electricity and stuff like that.
They use them
So
more than we do. They
yeah,
use the cell phones more than we do. That's what
yeah.
people don't realize.
And I tell them, like, well, adoption is gonna be much easier because they're used to that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So people just don't understand. Like, in Africa, once it's over. Once they get it, it's over. Like on a mass level, it's over. They're
And
gonna catch up faster than, I think, first world countries. Maybe
yeah,
first world countries.
because this population's so young,
Yeah,
right?
it's so young. I think the average is what, 16, the
Yeah,
population.
something like that.
Yeah,
It's young. It's really
yeah,
young. They're hungry for knowledge. That's
oh
one
yeah,
thing too. Like they want to learn.
yeah. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna teach it. I'm gonna teach it.
So where did you run into anybody that was talking about Akon's project? Because that's where he's from. He's from
Yeah.
Dakar.
Yeah,
His
yeah. They were. Everyone was asking me about it. Some people. When people that do know about crypto, they're like, "Yeah, what you think about Acon project and stuff like that?" So I'm like, we'll see how it works, how it's playing out. I look at the website, and and I'm looking at the web, and I'm seeing the people that's behind it. So like, well, let's see how actually work out. If as long as I don't see people that look like us, you know, only jobs they're doing, because they said, oh, they'll bring a lot of jobs there. And if I see the only job they're doing is cleaning tables and giving towels and everything like that, I don't count that as a win. I want to see them actually, building the city, construction, running and managing the properties that's there, running and managing the hotel. So like I said, I'm not gonna, I think it's great. I think he's doing something in Uganda as well. I think he's gonna create the city
Yeah,
in Uganda as
he
well.
is. Yeah, he is. I'm hoping that he ties Bitcoin in
Yeah.
somehow. I mean, I don't know how I feel about his coin per se. I don't know enough yet about it. I think it's running on Stellar,
Hmm.
but it will be interesting. Like, is he setting it up like a casino? Maybe like that. You know how the casinos, you've got your
Hmm.
chips and then you got to
Yep.
cash in
Hmm.
for dollars. It would be interesting if he were to have something, if he were to tie Bitcoin in and have Bitcoin be the standard, like the layer, the lower layer. I don't know.
They're probably backing it. It's probably backed by Bitcoin. You probably maybe you because
It would be nice.
maybe if you're buying it, if you think about it, if you're buying it what with Bitcoin, right? I don't think you can buy it with USD if you're buying it the coin. I know in the States we can't buy it because it's on Bitrix Global.
Ah,
Yeah, so the States you can't buy it.
so he's launched it already?
Yeah, it's on it's traded on Bitrix Global. It started
I
like
didn't
a few
know
months
that.
ago. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I got a lot of people out there. We can try to buy it, but
Try
I'm
to
still
get
trying
him
to figure it
on.
out.
Try to get him on. I'm gonna see because I'm connected to somebody that works on his team. I'm gonna see
Yeah,
if I can get him on your show.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. We got
hmm?
yeah. That'd be good. That'd be a good one. And but yeah, tell me about your company. What your
Yes.
company, Fintech Recruiters. Let me know, let people know about your company. What you guys look for.
Yeah. Okay. So we do a lot of fintech in terms of fintech, meaning any startup that is disrupting finance. And some of those include neobanks. So, you hear of Revolut, There's a bank called Aspiration. There are quite a few neobanks that are disrupting. And what they do is they don't have physical locations, right? It's all virtual, that sort of thing. So anything from payments to neobanks to what's another lending platforms like Lending Club, that's fintech. And then the crypto side obviously is, wallets and exchanges. So we have a number of roles that are open with various companies, mostly engineering roles. So I'd say 80% of my roles are with engineering, are engineering roles. Anything from Golang developers, Node, which is back end, front end, React, JavaScript, data engineers. So all types of people. We're also looking for marketing people. I'm actually looking for a director of marketing for a client, a Bitcoin client. So yeah, there are a number of positions that we have both on the crypto side and as well on the fintech side. So you can visit my website. Not all of our jobs are posted, and I have to post all of our jobs, but some of them are at www.fintechrecruiters.com is our site. But if you have any skills, especially if you're an engineer, if you're a software engineer, please email me. You can email me at Nako, which is my first name, Nako, at fintechrecruiters.com. And you can also DM me on Twitter at Nako, Nako, Mbelle, all one word, on Twitter. So you can find me on Twitter, you can email me, but most of the times, just send me your CV or your resume. British people say CV, Americans say resume, same thing. But yeah, just hit me up on Twitter and let me know, what your background is, and I'll let you know if I have a role for you. But if you're in the ecosystem, it helps because all of these startups want to know that people are passionate about what they're doing. So it's helpful if you're in crypto, that you're actually, involved in the ecosystem. And if you're an engineer, software engineer, that's not in crypto, what you could do is make sure that your GitHub is active, that you go onto GitHub, you contribute to open source, because we really, really look at that. And you look at the projects you're interested in and start contributing to those projects. I actually know people who have gotten jobs just off of pull requests, right? So you can still get jobs like, if you're contributing to open source, you're adding to the repos, people take notice. And as a recruiter, I also recruit from GitHub. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, GitHub is a website that developers use, and it's like a portfolio of their code. So and it's not just code. Like I have a GitHub account, and you can add folders, you can add articles, but it's a good way of keeping track of what you're doing, and you share that with the public. So
yeah, that's good. That's good, guys. She's dropping gems, so I hope you guys writing it down. And guys, all her information is gonna be right. You guys can see here going across the ticker. So make sure you reach her through Twitter or email, and check out the website. Website is very, very nice. I checked it out. I like how it's put together.
thank you.
And yeah, so I mean, it has to be a nice website. She's in fintech, right? But Nako, any closing statements, anything you think, tell me your clubhouse, follow you on Clubhouse. What's your
Oh
clubhouse?
yeah. So my clubhouse, what's my clubhouse handle? I think it's just Nako. Yeah. So my clubhouse is at Nako, my first name, Nako. Yeah, just hit me up on Clubhouse. I actually have a Clubhouse talk that I'm doing later tonight. And what is it called? I'm just gonna look at it on Twitter to give you the title. But it's what is my title? What is it called? Let me pull it up here. So I have it's called How Does Bitcoin Decrease Wealth Inequality? Okay, that's my talk. I'm having it tonight with the guy named Bradley Rettler, who is a philosophy teacher, professor at University of Wisconsin. So we're going to talk about how does Bitcoin decrease wealth inequality? Because in the Bitcoin space, as everybody knows, the maximalists, the loudest maximalists, are libertarians and very right of center. And there are some of us in the ecosystem that are left of center, and have, I guess, classical liberal views. And most people don't realize that. And so we want to talk about, why Bitcoin is important for humanity from a more left-leaning viewpoint. And whether you're on the right side of the spectrum, political spectrum, or the right side of the political spectrum, Bitcoin is for everyone. And that's so important. Like, everyone can find something that's important about Bitcoin and why it's important for them. So we think most of the voices, on our side of the spectrum rarely gets heard, and we want to change that. So hopefully people will join us.
That right there. I mean, I think that's one of the best closings I've heard. That's how you close out. That's the drop the mic statement right there. My beautiful sister Nako, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And guys, make sure you follow her on Clubhouse, follow her on Twitter, check out her website. Guys, it's jobs in the industry that you guys want to actually go and find, and it's on her website. Reach out to her, and you guys will be able to join us in this system, help and be a part of changing the world. Be a part of changing the world.
Twitter's the best place, though, because that's the one I answer quickly, the most quick, because I'm always on Twitter, literally addicted. Oh.
Follow on Twitter, guys. Follow on Twitter. I gotta get more on Twitter too. I just mess around with Twitter here and there. I'm more of an Instagram guy.
Yes, I'm not really on Instagram. It's funny, it's either or, right? But that's okay.
Yeah.
Where your audience is, you know what I mean?
So I just like look at the pictures and stuff, and people interact and everything. Twitter, everybody's constantly arguing on there sometimes.
Yeah.
What?
Twitter's war.
Yeah. But thank you so much again, Nako. Guys, make sure you go follow her on Twitter, on Clubhouse, and check out the website. There's opportunities out there, guys, for you. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys stack your sats and chill. It's your guy, Crypto Chuck, here with my sister Nako from Fintech Recruiters. And we out of here, baby.